Yeah, this is my voice. So hello.
Wow, I don't understand it. I feel like I haven't seen you. And could that much have happened inside your throat? You know what I mean? I don't know how you
Well, I
grew
mean,
up and like,
things happen all the time, right? So I think this is a little early in the pod to be discussing my throat. So
Well, listen. That's
hi
the
everyone, I'm
method.
Ben.
we got
Oh,
our
yeah.
Ben here.
Yeah, let's
Right.
introduce you properly. Okay. Like, guys, this is the best idea to have our first guest be our little brother. Wait, you're probably older than me.
I
Yes.
am older than you,
Yes.
and I was like, well, I'm like in between you two because
Little brother, big
we're each a
brother.
grade apart. Last time I saw you, Katie, was I want to say 2016. No, I saw you
No,
past pharmacy school. I saw you in like 2018. I went to your house
that's true.
in the place where it's hidden,
Yes.
and I mean, your kids were, I think,
Young.
wait, the female was, I think, 6,
Yeah, they were still
and the
cute
male,
and
yeah,
little.
yeah, they were still cute, yeah. And then Mary, last time I saw you, we watched a movie at your guys' apartment when you guys lived in Olympia in like
Nice.
2010 or 9. That was the last
Like
time I saw you.
at my apartment at like
Yeah,
Pumpkin
yeah, when you lived with
Carving for
like
my
all like the crew
birthday.
and stuff.
Yeah,
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 like
yeah.
on the hill and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I was
I
just
remember walking in and you're like, oh, hey,
remembering.
you're like, hey. And then like we just watched a movie together. I'm like, see you later. And that was like a decade and a half
Yeah,
ago. So
it was like a fever dream that birthday.
yeah.
I,
I
was,
feel like I followed you, Katie, a little bit more because you've been on the socials the last
that's
decade. But
true.
I
Mary, I
follow.
don't know anything about you. What have you been up to?
You do. You kind of
I'm very
here.
bad. I'm sketchy as hell on the socials. I get upset. I think that then I share too much and then I disappear or somebody annoys me. So I self-destruct and then
Do you
come back
post that you're
fresh.
taking a break? Like, are you that person?
No,
Okay.
I'm gone. Like,
Suddenly gone. You go to tag her in something and she cannot be found.
yeah.
Oh, right.
Which
That
is
just
not
like brings up
great.
nobody. And you're like, or
Yeah.
a Mary you don't even remember.
Yeah.
That's-
It's not like
and then I
there's
get a friend
any,
invite from
like-
Mary 3 years later. And I'm like, oh, wait, I guess she deleted it.
And then you're like, oh, gotta tell her she's been hacked. But it's really her.
And nobody has my number either. And you can't email me. I'm
Off
impossible.
grid.
That takes a lot of pressure off me. I appreciate that.
It wasn't you, it's everyone.
Oh,
It's everyone
what a good name
else.
for a book. It's not you. It's literally everyone.
It's
And
everyone
then,
else.
but that also includes you in quotations or parentheses.
Well, I would like to know, like, because I was thinking, and like last time we talked of you, we were struggling to remember our origin story, like how we all
yeah, I've been
came
working on
together.
that.
Okay, good. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
you probably remember better.
Because I feel like we started knowing each other in band. I want
Okay.
to say band or church, because I started going to church with you guys
Yeah.
so I'm going to use my grade, and so you just -1 for your.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't know where you're at on my screen. This is Katie. This is
Oh,
Mary.
yeah.
So
Me too.
with my perspective. So remember that it'll be a quiz. I was in, I want to say 7th grade, so 6th and 8th, when we started seeing each other more than like casual acquaintances. That sounds like we got married, but
Well, we did.
when things started off, yeah. And then you started picking me up for church because I didn't have reliable car situations because my life was always changing. And then we were in band a lot, so we did a lot of what it was called. Like we played at games, and then we went to where else did we do with band?
I feel we traveled
just
a
game.
lot for band.
Yeah, like a lot. I was not in athletics. Like I was. A lot of people might think that I was, but I wasn't.
Right.
That was a joke. It's clear.
No, you are ripped now. That's a part
Yes,
of your
very. Yeah. Yeah, we could put my
trajectory.
before and after here. Yeah. most of this podcast is going to be about my transformation. It's gonna be like 30 minutes of like, really
Of
heavy
just-
rock and stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
But no, I went from like, I got my lowest was 125 pounds, and I was probably about 130 when I was hanging out with you guys, but I got up to like 180, so that was pretty cool. I've softened up a bit ever since having a kid, but it's still a hell of a lot better than when I talk about you all the time, Katie, because you would turn me sideways and go, "Where's Ben? There he is."
Ah,
Like,
that's
yeah,
cute.
so I've held on to
I
that.
skinny shamed you, Ben. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I
Oh,
did.
but, I mean,
I
that's-
did used to
that's fine.
hug you very aggressively and tip you over. I remember that.
Yeah. My center of balance, I don't know where it was at, but it was high. But no donk. So pharmacy school is when I started working out. So, which is weird. I got less busy. I needed like something else to do besides studying, so I started doing that. And then I also got into like watching football and stuff. So I actually got a lot more
Ooh.
masculine. So that was nice.
Okay, alpha.
I could talk to guys now. So that was cool. Like, you know how guys are worried to talk to girls? I was worried to talk to guys. So.
Well, you didn't
I know what
need
to talk about.
because you had us. Okay.
That's right. I know. And like my closest friends now, my two closest friends are like Cassie and Brittany, like a different Brittany, not childhood Brittany. And I just consistently keep several women in my life at all times.
That's right.
Right. Yeah. It's been going well for me so far. And then I had a girl.
Yeah.
So, I made one, so that was great.
Yeah. And you got a very hot wife. So I feel like this formula.
I do.
works
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. It's really panned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
strategy.
Katie, I'm going to show you something that I found. Let me cover it so you can't see everything
Oh
on it.
my God.
But
Whose
I
boobies?
found your 10th grade ID.
Oh my God.
What the?
And
Look at my
okay, so
highlights.
I think it's important to note the size of your glasses now and
Yes,
the size of your glasses
Tiny
then.
glasses and eyebrows.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I could do better if I don't. There we
We
go.
can block it out too. Joe's our editor now.
There we go. Look at those glasses.
Tiny
Like,
glasses.
are you?
Oh my God, your face is so small. Your head is tiny. Oh my God, why do you have that, Ben? Because you're a good buddy.
Thief? Oh, I mean, I'm sure you gave it to me.
Yes,
Aw.
you're best friends forever.
Yeah. So I guess, 10th grade for you was like, hey, Ben.
I got those highlights and everyone told me they looked good. They're liars. Okay.
It's probably good
I
at
mean,
the time.
They look good.
On
the time,
trend
yeah.
At the time. Yeah.
Yes. Very dated now. Very.
Who wouldn't now?
We've done
Well, I'm actually just going to stop. I have no idea what's dated, what's in trend. I imagine both your hairs right now are just spot on for 2023.
They are.
They are? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, we're doing good. We know it's up.
It's good to hear. I hope when you look back at this podcast in like 10 years, you're like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, we will.
And this will be roughly my hair, except it'll be a little bit further back and this will be more gray. So it'll be exactly the same. We could do an
Us
anniversary
too,
pod.
actually. Ours will be a little further back. Just kidding.
Might thin, but I don't know that will recede.
Yeah.
Never,
Time will
never
tell.
give an inch.
I'll never give up. Let me ask a question.
Okay.
Since you're
Married.
ripped now, thank you. Do you have a protein preference?
Oh, good
'Cause
question.
Guys be always talking about their proteins.
A lot of
What's
people have been
your-
asking me lately,
Yeah.
what proteins do I use?
Product recommendation.
That'd be so funny if I pulled it out. I don't have it.
You just had it in your pocket.
I really don't do a lot of working out right now, which is not
Okay.
my favorite. But the protein that I pretty much lived on was the was Combat, like Muscle Farm. It's the one you get from Costco. It's like the big old cookies and cream
Awesome.
jar. Yeah, they all have ridiculous names. So
Yeah.
yeah, Muscle Farm is the brand name, and Combat was like the style, like it was a whey protein. I mean, you can get isolates. Those are, I guess, better for muscle growth.
Ew.
They are just a lot more expensive, and unless you're an elite athlete, I don't think you would notice the difference. Like
Okay.
for the every man or woman, or the every person, whey protein's just fine. So
Okay. And
Ben,
argue in the
you-
comment section if
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
feel
yeah, yeah.
otherwise.
Tell us your proteins.
yeah. And what is pre-workout?
Oh,
What is pre-workout?
scary.
What is even?
Generically, it's just something you take before you work out, just to give you a better
Buzz.
workout. So most of the time it has caffeine. Sometimes it has BCAAs, which are branched chain amino acids, and so those help replenish the proteins that you're kind of ripping, or not ripping, but breaking down muscle fiber when you're working out, so that the BCAAs replenish that, gives you energy throughout the workout. Some of them have nitric oxide, and that helps dilate your blood vessels. So that helps with increased flow, more blood flow. Creatine in some of them. That brings water into the muscle cells, which help make you stronger and look bigger, which is dope. Most of the time, I didn't take a lot of different pre-workouts. I would just take caffeine and then take BCAAs on the side because that was significantly cheaper. And a lot of the other crap, it was just like proprietary blends of all these herbs that did stuff that I didn't really know what they did. And I was like, I probably don't need that. And caffeine plus BCAAs worked great and super cheap. So, and
Good
creatine. I took creatine a lot. So
Yeah, and Ben's always loved a bargain though, huh?
He
loves
yeah,
a
I'm a
bargain.
bargain. I've been a bargain bitch for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm talking too much. Talk about why you decided to keep me around, because I always felt like I was really annoying and
gosh.
a lot of people didn't want me around. So
Oh
why
my
did you guys?
God.
Was it? Was it actually? I didn't think this was the case, but on your episodes, you were like, we were just trying to incorporate as many people into Christ as we could. I was like, oh shit, is that why we were
No.
friends?
You weren't a recruit, Ben. It was for real lives.
Oh, it's real.
No.
Yeah, I bet you say that with all the boys.
I wonder, I mean, does anyone feel we trauma bonded? Or no? Or is it fine?
I mean,
Oh, us? Oh, I thought you meant like, I thought you were asking the crowd, and I was waiting for the response
Collective.
for some
The
reason.
three of us.
comment down below.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't
my
know.
big thing was like, I didn't want to be home a lot because
Yeah.
I didn't like what was going on there. So I went to your guys's, and even if it was, not as great for you guys, it wasn't my mess, so it felt
Yeah,
great.
yeah. We're detached.
Respite. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like at the time, right? Like maybe we were not as aware of like what we were maybe going through until we got
I
away
didn't know.
from it. Yeah. And so like I feel like we sort of had this vibe of like we were adopting you, raising you. But now looking back, I'm like, no, Ben raised us. Okay. Like
Ah,
you.
a little bait and switch. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
think
that's definitely not what I planned on. So I just wanted someone that wanted me around, So that
Yeah.
sounds really lonely. It's not like I didn't have friends, but like, I had I had two older sisters growing up and they were great. And then when I was in 8th grade, one of them got married and left. And then crap, I think that same year the other one moved to California.
yeah.
And a lot of my childhood, I didn't realize till later, they were kind of shielding me from a lot of the crap from my parents and whatnot. So that was fantastic of them, and I appreciate them for that. But
Yeah.
it was always weird the next 10 years here and like, wait, what? Like shit that I was like 30 feet from. I was like, oh, I remember that. Like, nah, we told you to go to your friend's house and this happened. Like, oh shit. So they were fantastic. But when they left, I didn't really have them around. And I guess you guys kind of filled that for me, and that was great. So I got new sisters.
Yeah.
No.
And we like really stuck together. Like, I don't even remember, like, my memories now are not as great as they once were, but I feel like we really got into some shenanigans together, spent a lot of time out of both of our houses, but you did spend a lot of time at our place, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was at your place way more, especially when it was the three of you. When Mary, jumped up and left all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I think at that point I spent even more time with you, probably because it wasn't like, it was easier for two people to hang out than three because it's only two schedules to accommodate. But I mean,
Plus,
so for me, I moved for a while too. I was in
Yeah.
California. So we were saying what shenanigans do you remember? Like, what did we do that?
Like I just mean like, I feel we roamed about together and it, like, I don't know. I just feel like
We legally drove around. Yeah, it was crazy with soda,
wild.
and we were at home by 10. It was wild
Well,
times.
And after Mary left, like I spent a lot of time at your place. Like I just fell asleep to a lot of movies, but there were like no parents around, I feel. And like even when Mary was around, like we were church kids, sure, but like we were always there, I feel like.
Right.
We're never
We spent, a collective 3 weeks in Mexico together. So I mean,
oh my God.
we already spent a lot of time together, so it didn't seem that weird. I guess we didn't share a tent in Mexico. Yeah, they weren't cool with that, but which I get. I mean,
Would they have noticed? I don't know.
Yeah, camping on a landfill does crazy things to a person. So what happened in Mexico? We built. Oh, you said we built like shacks and sheds, but this had 2 rooms. So I think that's important to note that like, have you ever been in a shed with 2 rooms?
I'm trying to remember if there
Village.
was wood or if it was just concrete.
There
No, it was a
wood.
wood
You had
structure
wood
that we put
sometimes.
chicken wire around and then
Oh,
stuccoed it.
right.
So we framed our concrete slab.
Mm-hmm.
We chicken wired. We stuccoed.
Do you
I don't-
we did-
Potentially roofed.
We roofed, yeah, and then we just put tarp on the top.
Let
Not tarp,
me be
tar
clear.
paper.
Yeah.
Roofed. I never roofed.
I didn't roof. I didn't roof to the last year. They wouldn't let me stand up there. They thought I would fall. Right. But the last year I finally got to like hammer shit. I don't know why. Like
They were worried about
I mean,
you.
I'm not.
Loose
I don't
cannon.
know. I feel like I'm the one that people gets talked to about a lot of things. Like when we were crossing the border, and he was like, "Hey, you need to be quiet," and I'm
Don't
just
play
like,
around.
"Oh." And so I just didn't say a word, and I'm just like, "What are they gonna leave me?" Like I was like, "What am I gonna say?" And then I was like, "There's a lot of things I could have said." So I get it. I get the hesitancy to.
This is not the time for jokes, Ben.
Yeah.
And I didn't, and I was
Not
such
the
a good
time
boy.
for bits.
Yeah. Yes, I was a child of Christ in that 30 minutes. So. I hope that's on my highlight reel when I get to heaven. So
Yeah.
look how well behaved he is. Oh man.
Great.
At the
Do you
border,
think we
Ben.
did good at you think we helped actually, or did we just like make a big mess?
Wait,
that
are you
point
curious, or
in
do you
your
just need
head?
me to tell you what you want to hear?
No.
Genuinely, I want to know your
Oh,
perspective.
I think we helped. I think we did. I mean, I remember not asking, but what someone told us that some firefighter crew came in here and did everything you guys did in 8 hours.
Oh.
And I was like, oh,
Tough to hear.
that feels great.
Children.
But they were like, but it's not about the house. It's about you guys. And I was like, because you said it was about the house. Like we're
Thought y'all
doing good,
needed this.
but for ourselves. It's like, oh, so we're selfishly
Yeah.
performing this.
100%.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. So I mean, I went because of you guys. I didn't go to do good. Not really. I did to build my resume and to spend time with my besties.
Right.
So I don't remember anyone.
Ben was very cute with all the kids in the
Oh.
neighborhood. They loved that. They came out.
They remembered me. We went back year 3. We went back to like year 1 or 2's place,
Yeah.
and they're like Ben, and I was like, hey, I don't know any of your names, but it was really cute. Like the mom knew me and shit, and I was like, this is awesome.
Oh my God.
See, so I did a thing.
You did good.
You did good.
You by yourself
Yeah.
did good.
Everybody else, I was pulling a lot of weight. So
Yeah.
next time we go, if you guys could just please contribute, I would appreciate it.
We'll do better.
No, day 1's always the worst though. No, day 2 was because you're sore from day 1, but you don't have any shade day 1 because you're building the slab.
Yeah.
And you're just mixing concrete
By hand.
buckets.
Tough
And this
stuff.
is still skinny Ben too. Like I'm not
Yeah.
even like I'm
We
still
were
skinny,
all-
so I'm at take like
We
50
were all
pounds off it.
skinny.
All skinny
Yeah.
and gangly at the time.
Yeah. Mary, you were like concerningly skinny at some point. So I was like, oh man, she needs to keep eating.
God.
We're in Mexico. I'm glad you took it that way because I still have a bad habit of saying things I believe are nice and they're not. So thank you for taking it. Concerningly skinny, like you were worried about me. You thought about me.
You.
You
I
thought
love
I might die? What?
Keep talking.
Institutionalized?
This was your
What?
thing all the time. Like, what? Me? No. Like
What?
that I think of that all the time. That's one of my things I think of. And as for me and my house, you guys have been doing that for like 15
Yeah.
years. That was my favorite callback from listening to the pod, which has been great, by the way. Let me comment. I think you guys are fantastic, and it's really fun to hear you guys talk and just bullshit. And it's weird seeing you guys as full-fledged adults. So
I know.
Weird to
like
be.
our parents were this age when we were hanging out, like close to, maybe a little older, but
No.
Whoa.
Stop.
Whoa. Wait.
say less right now.
Wait, what?
Well, my parents are older than yours. Well, I mean, you know.
Oh.
Tough
Okay.
to
Ooh.
hear.
Wait, can we talk about religion a little bit?
Yes,
please.
please.
Okay.
I don't know if you
my
know.
Bible that you guys signed.
Oh my God.
Shut
What did he
up.
say?
I'm gonna
What
read
did
it,
he say?
and
Oh,
I want to
When
see
did
who
we give
cringes
this
harder.
to you?
This was my first Acquire the Fire, so 2004.
Bless your heart.
I was 14 in 2004.
I guess some of these are
Look
just
how
so like,
much
oh wow.
we wrote. Oh my
No,
God.
you're this one.
Okay.
This is Katie, and Katie.
Oh,
is
we
Peach.
all signed it. The whole group.
It's like a yearbook, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I got a couple here.
Wow.
Some people I don't remember.
Oh my
Someone named
God,
Elizabeth
read them
said, "Congratulations, you rock. God bless." So
Then would
you
you
say
say
congrats.
would you say
Congrats
that we
on
were
the-
already besties at this point in time? I would say.
No, you wrote your dear friend at the end, but I wouldn't say we were besties yet. I'd say you're
Okay.
some of my favorite people to be around, but when I would like list my best friends, I probably wouldn't have said you guys
Okay.
yet.
Got it.
I'd say
This is
I'd
early.
probably say as soon as we went to Mexico the first time, that was like, okay, now, or like on
Got
the way
it.
to Mexico, because it was
Got
like
it.
6 months of prep, like all the planning and all the church and
Oh,
stuff.
spaghetti.
We had to go.
But
To
wait,
so much spaghetti.
wait, but who brought you to acquire the fire? That gal
I mean, at the time,
that you
I
fancied?
fancied a
Oh.
gal. Is that who
Yeah.
was like when you said I think we became friends because you liked one of my friends?
Yeah.
Were you guys
Yeah.
friends?
We were tap dancing partners. So you tell me, you tap dance with someone. Does that not automatically make you friends? I
didn't know
would
she
say
tap
so.
danced.
Yeah.
Christians are weird, like
Yeah.
because I mean, my family was Christian
And,
and stuff,
like-
but I didn't like grow up in the church. Can I read to you
Yes.
what you wrote?
Okay,
Yes.
back in. What'd you say?
From Katie, it says, "My dearest Ben Ha Mean." 'cause
We
you
were
practicing
already
your Spanish.
friends.
Is that enough for you?
Yes.
Oh, I said it in Spanish. I only do that with my best friends. You are so dear to me. Your first Bible, woohoo! Love, love, and love to you. It is also very hard to read, so I pre-read it. So
I'll work on it.
something that our dearest Savior shows you all of His ways and how He can use you. A life lived for Christ is the most exciting. Grace, peace, and be yours in abundance. Your dear friend and sister in Christ, Katie.
Wow, that's like so sincere. And let God
Yeah.
use you up like a slut.
Let him do what he gotta do, bestie.
just consent. You know, it doesn't matter. Just
Just let it
Not
happen.
with God.
it's easier if you relax.
Yeah. You gotta just let it happen.
Yeah, a little blood of Christ makes everything easier. So from Mary, it says, "Hey Ben, you're such a wonderful boy. I'm so glad you know Jesus. He's the best thing ever. I hope that you continue to grow up in God." Oh, it's yours is a little bit more rough.
Yeah.
I love you. Read this book every day. I pray for you all the time. Why? First off, never mind. Let me continue.
Love
I
you,
cherish
Ben.
and love our friendship. I love you. Okay, yeah, you guys were like,
We loved you more than you loved us, is what we're
We're
learning
into
from this
you.
exchange.
no, that was fantastic because like I felt like during this time and during late middle school, early high school, I didn't feel a lot of love in my life, especially from the female persuasion. And it's not like in any like doing it way. I was trying to think of a graceful way to say it, so I went that route.
Yeah.
Like in a very platonic way. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
But like it was nice to be, have people want me around and want to spend time with me, and like I didn't feel like I deserved it. Not like I was this piece of shit, but like I felt like one had to earn it and
Oh, yeah.
feel useful and all that kind of stuff. But you guys
Yeah.
you guys were what I needed, and it was nice.
Oh
So
my
thanks.
That's not as cringy as I was expecting. Mine was a little cringier, Ours
Yeah,
was
I was like, okay.
crazier.
Yeah, but you were younger, so you were like really trying to,
Trying to be a leader in my place of worship,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
your guys' conversations about like religion and stuff, that was kind of surprising to me. I didn't know all the pressure you guys had. Like I get it in retrospect, but at the time I was just like, oh yeah, you guys kind of were the youth church. Like you were like the
favorite.
leaders of that. Like you were saying that, and I was like, yeah, that checks out. That's totally true.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm friends with them, so I felt important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and like youth group. Yeah, we spent a lot of time at youth group. That was that was
Yeah.
probably the most fun.
Did we
And
pressure you
pick
too
me up.
much into youth group? Do
Yeah.
you reckon?
I thought it'd be really funny to tell you how like I've been working through that, and like you guys pushed me into religion really hard. No, I was totally fine. No, everything was great.
Okay.
It was nice. Someone saying you have to come to this, and being like, oh, okay, like, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess if I wasn't in class, I was either at church on the weekends, at youth group after school, or going to a band trip with you guys. So I literally spent like all my free time with you for several years. So
That's true.
Was it weird for you that like your best friend, like you did not always live, if I remember, sometimes you lived up there near your best, and then sometimes you were in where we
Home.
live. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Is that
Yeah, I
weird?
mean,
Like, you went to
I
school
moved in
in
with my
different
best
places or what?
my senior year, so
Okay.
I only lived there then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'd been best friends since we were like fourth grade, and then he moved the summer of sixth grade. So then on weekends, I would spend time with them. Yeah, no, I mean, it was great. It was kind of in a lot of ways, it was a high school dream come true. It's like, oh, I don't have to go visit you. I live with you. Like, so
Yeah.
we just spent a lot of time listening to music and playing video games and being very responsible and never doing homework. We only had like 2 high school classes because we did running start, and I failed the first one. I got an F. But that's the same semester though that my mom died, so that was like not the best time.
Yeah.
We could hard transition into parental death if you'd like.
This is the pod for it.
It surely is.
Let me ask you a question. Do you talk about dead parents? Because boy, oh boy, do I have one.
Yeah.
Same
Do
seat.
you
I almost
okay?
joked.
Do you hear from her? Because I guess ours be
Right.
talking to other people.
Oh, I was like, were you not listening? She's-
No, but supposedly our dad's visiting people in their dreams and like
no.
trying to get in touch, and I'm not getting the message. So
My siblings have had said things about that. I've had dreams where I got a phone call from her a couple times. Actually, probably a couple months ago, I had a dream where she was in it, but they're really practical, like in the sense of like, hey, you're dead. Explain this. And it's like, oh, and then there's like a story of how she wasn't dead, but she's back. So like this like Tupac-esque, like, oh, I went to an island and I came back. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
I went to your open casket. This is weird.
Wow. Was it open
So like,
casket?
yeah, at first. Yeah.
yikes.
Like we had, my nephews were there. So they were, I was 17. So they were like
Yeah.
11 and 8. But actually, it was supposed to be closed at the first half when they were there. And then they would leave and we'd have like our moment to have open casket with like the older, my siblings and dad and parent or cousins and stuff. And first my cousin or my nephew ran in there and it was still open and he saw it and he kind of got traumatized. So
Yeah.
they kind of messed that one up. Like it was a 50-50. They could have had it shut, but they just didn't.
Yeah.
So, and I came in, I was like, oh, we're not supposed to do that. So
That's tough.
side story. So that was a thing.
Trippy. An open casket is kind of trippy to me.
Yeah. And like most people, you talk about sad stuff, you just laugh about it. So
Yeah.
obviously wasn't funny. It was a
Right.
bad day, so
Not great.
but as you laugh and I laugh. Yeah, no, that's how we handle it, right?
Yep.
We do though. I don't know. People
You guys
get
laugh a
freaked out.
lot. Like I'm here for your guys' dark sense of humor with your dead dad and stuff. You're like,
Yeah.
he is so dead, and I just died. And then
Are we always like this, or is this a new thing that we're becoming like dark and cynical? Or were we always like this? We just had
you
too
weren't
much
this dark.
the
I think
Lord.
I did a lot, and I didn't mean to. Like you said that you're like, Ben introduced us like harder music and stuff, and I was like, oh, I did this to you. So
We needed it again.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. Sorry, my baby just woke up. I'm looking at her. She's very cute.
Oh,
Hi, baby. Do you want to see the baby?
Can we?
I'm gonna
the
Consent to the
baby?
baby
give
on
me
the
the baby.
pod?
Let's bring. Yeah, she can come on.
Okay.
She can't really talk that well yet, but she'll get really excited when she sees herself.
Oh my God.
All right. Here's the baby.
Professional podcaster.
Hi,
Can you
baby.
blow a kiss?
You're so gorge.
Oh my God.
Can you blow a kiss? Mwah.
Oh my God.
Do it. Oh.
Aw.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Aw, they're besties.
Oh,
Hi.
She is my favorite thing that I've ever been
course.
around. Hat. Oh, there's a light over here. She's saying
Oh,
light.
yeah.
It's very bright, huh? Oh, you just woke up, so it's very bright.
excellent lighting.
Mwah.
Correct.
I'm gonna pass her back off. She will continue to be that cute.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Do you like being a dad?
I do like being a dad. I didn't know I'd like it as much,
Are
actually.
you scared to be a
Um,
dad?
No, I don't know why. I was like, okay.
Yeah. You're like, I know what to do.
And I have, my wife's the most capable person I've ever met. So yeah, if she wasn't, then I would have been a little more nervous. But this worked out quite well, and she's proven me very correct in that. So it's been great.
Aww.
And it's not because she's in the room right now listening. I swear.
Right. She's like, listen.
She's just like gritting teeth, showing me the cue cards. I'm so distracted.
We were talking about dead parents.
Yeah.
As one does. Yeah. Mine had a heart attack at 47, and that was in December of 2007. So I was a senior, and it looks like I'm about to cry. I was doing math, actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a similar look for me.
Yeah.
And I was 17 because 7 times no.
Yeah.
I don't get like emotional about it or anything. I don't get too sad. The only times I like get kind of upset about it or anything is when I think of like life event things, like, oh, I have a baby and she doesn't get to meet her. You know, that's kind of
that's
less than ideal. You know, wasn't a fan of that. Thought,
yeah.
but yeah, she was pretty young, but you know, she smoked a lot, and cigarettes are bad for your health. I thought I should put that in. Yeah, yeah. It turns out, you know, she and she knew, like she was, you know, very addictive. So I get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she you know, I've been with, you know, the wife, or I could say her name, Nita, for ever since then, except for the 6 months before. Well, that's a weird way to say it. 6 months after my mom died, we started dating.
Yeah.
So she never got to meet her or anything. But actually, when I got the phone call, I went to school that day, and Nita gave me a ride home from school, and I left my backpack in her car. And when she came, realized my backpack was in her car because I had like running start finals that night. She came back to deliver my backpack, and when she came in, I was getting the phone call. So she was there when I found out. So that was actually really nice in retrospect, because I had someone to, you know, I had someone there. Like I was at my, you know, my bestie's house at the time, and you know, he was there too, obviously. But it was really nice to, you know, get a hug and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he went and told our professor, like, hey, we're not going to take the final tonight. And they were like, oh, you're fine, because they're humans. So that was good.
That's a good lesson for folks too. It's like people are understanding, you know.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you only get that excuse twice, so you know.
Right.
So
use them up.
Luckily I've only had to use them, so but yeah, and then, you know, I went back to California, and actually that night I went over to see you. Katie.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I went over
and
to
I remember my friend's mom was like telling him, like, hey, whatever he wants to do tonight, you know, let him do it, you know, if he wants to drink or whatever. And I was like, I just want to see my friend, so I just went and saw you. So
we snuggled.
And then when I came, and when I came in, your mom was there, and she's like, went in her like night robe, like, what the hell's going on, because it's like, you know, 11 at night or something. And you're like, I'm like, oh, my mom died. And she was just so like warm and sympathetic and stuff, and that was really, really nice.
Yeah.
And by the way, I love your mom. I've always loved your mom, and I've never changed on that view. So I remember you were like, I want to ask him what he thinks about our mom. That's it. She's fantastic. So I don't have any no notes. Yeah, to me, she's as for me in my house, you know, we're team her. So
yeah,
good
for sure. Yeah, she really took you in, you know, like
when you said like the last week, you're like, I couldn't do anything, but I could spend the night at Ben's by herself.
Yeah. She's like out here threatening youth pastors and stuff, but she's like, go on, go ahead.
Yeah, well, that was so like great for me, that like some adult who was like friends with their little girl gave me the green flag. Because I remember your mom did not like my dad. Yeah. Because sometimes he did things that she didn't like. I guess he made a scene where she worked once. Allegedly. Yeah. I'm very sure he did, but
who among us hasn't, you know?
Among us.
And that's one thing about our mom is like, you do one thing and you're dead to her, you know?
She remembers.
She will not forget. Yeah. And so
she did not like me at first because of the association, because, you know, apple tree falling far, you know, however that saying goes. But then I remember one time you asked to spend the night, and you're like, oh, is, you know, Ben's dad there? And you're like, yeah. And she was like, no. And then that upset me, and I felt bad. And then you told her that, and she's like, I trust Ben so much that even though I don't trust this literal adult at the house, that you could still go there. Yeah. And everything was fine. Yeah. Yeah. Told Dad to piss off, and, you know, I did not, but, you know, he really left me to my own devices. Yeah. Like most parents don't. But
it's like, no, you don't understand. He's like not there, but he's there.
He's in his room, just, you know, doing his thing. Yeah. Who among us, you know, doesn't do this? You know. I love that phrase. Yeah. But yeah, you guys were doing a lot of like, let me keep telling you about your show. You know, talking about how it seemed like you didn't like you currently don't like who you were then, like in high school and stuff. But that's that's the person that I like, you know, like it's not that I don't like you now, but that's the person that I spent all my time with. So when I think of you, I think of, you know, child you, and that person was special to me. So don't talk shit.
That's like nice to hear that, like, I mean, we believed our own bullshit, you know, like it was very
I bought it too. So
but like I'm glad we weren't, I mean, she keeps saying, but like we weren't truly a nightmare. Like, you
yeah,
know,
far from it. Not to me. I mean,
okay.
you were someone's nightmare. You just weren't mine.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
we'll find out.
Yeah, come on the pod. You've got to come.
It was all from a good place, you know,
Yeah.
like we really were trying to save people's souls a little too much, I would say. A little too
Yes,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's you know, you were doing it in a good way. There was no, I mean, it sounds like what you guys experienced in some ways was a little weird. And I feel like similar with my sisters, I didn't notice a lot of that. Maybe I just don't notice things. I got to stop blaming other people or giving them praise for hiding. Maybe I just was completely oblivious to a lot of this shit. But maybe not. But yeah, I didn't see you guys being overly converty or anything.
That's good.
There was no, you know.
Even with the stickers on the lockers. Do you remember that?
See, I didn't remember that. Now that I
Yeah.
think of that,
It's a bit much.
Tough.
it's like you're running for ASB, but it stood for some like Christian
For
thing.
Jesus.
Yeah, right. Jesus for
campaigning.
ASB president. Did
Campaigning
you vote for me for ASB president?
I don't recall you running for ASB president.
I won.
I'm sure we did.
Well, I'm sure I voted for you.
Yeah, I was 7th grade. So Mary, you were 8th. So
Oh, for sure I voted for you.
Yeah.
you better. Well, I don't know.
You
if we were
ran for
friends
the
then.
whole ASB or for your grade?
He was the president of ASB of middle school.
Oh, well,
He's
then,
ambitious. I bet he did.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. And then afterwards, it's like, what have I done? And then like that was the year my mom got hurt. So like, and ASB wasn't a class; it was 0 period. So the only way to get there was get a ride, but mom couldn't drive me, so I missed a lot of the meetings.
Excuse me.
And
What is 0 period? And where was
like
that?
before school starts,
You get there
Oh.
early.
Oh,
like
Yeah.
sometimes weight training was 0 period. That was like a thing.
no. Flirting with boys was 0 period. Okay.
Okay.
Flips
Help
at
me with
6:30
my
a.m.
math.
Oh, because freaking Mary's up at 4 reading the Bible for an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
We were praying then. Okay.
My 0 period is a god. Sorry.
my negative first period. But yeah, I couldn't go to a lot of the meetings, and so they were like, I was failing ASB, which is like the most like just show up kind of job. But then like I wasn't there enough to do things, so I didn't set up a dance, which is like the big thing to do. And then people were trying to impeach me.
Yeah,
No.
you would have gotten impeached.
Yeah, people tried, and the thing is, we did so little because of a lot of people didn't show up. It wasn't just me, but you know, I was the leader. And I accept responsibility for my cabinet. But they were like, we need to impeach Ben. How do we do that? And I was like, I'm now learning the word impeachment, you know, and so this is rough for me. And then we did so little that instead of next semester we had more elections, it's like, oh, we'll just let the other people, you know, incumbent and run again, like keep their position. So I had to deal with that for a full year, and I still didn't have a mom that would drive me around because she was still like, because she'd gotten hurt, so she wasn't driving, and dad didn't have a license. So
Yeah.
and I'm not walking 3.5 miles at 5 a.m. So
Oh.
maybe I'm not tough enough. Maybe that's, you know,
Yeah.
maybe that's a me problem.
I
But
was
yeah,
like,
to everybody I didn't give a Tolo dance to in 2003, you know,
in middle
you
school,
would have forgotten
though,
anyway.
you should not be worried about a dance in middle school.
Yeah.
Like, wait till high school.
You might have kissed a boy or girl that you might have ended up dating longer than you should have, and it might have turned out really bad
right.
for you.
Yeah,
So
you're
I-
fucking welcome. Yeah, Ben, we don't apologize.
That's right.
You're welcome.
Oh, sorry. Oh, fuck. I apologize a lot these days. No, that's
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how I've changed since I've been with you guys.
Yeah.
So senior year I moved to a different city because
You
I
can,
guess we like
you
to do.
can say it if you want.
Okay, yeah. I moved to the capital of Washington, and I live there
Look it
with my
up.
bestie.
If you want to know,
The
look it up.
motherfucker's homework. Seattle. Anyway, I hate what my neck did there. Anyway, I lived there. I did Running Start. I started dating my future wife. That was great. Did that. Lived there until 2010. Moved to Ellensburg and did my undergrad. Got my chemistry degree in 2013 because it took me 2 extra years because I didn't plan ahead correctly. It took me 5 years to get my 4-year. I did all my prereqs, and then I realized after 2 years I needed 3 years of science. Now, oh shit! So, did that. Moved to Spokane, got my pharmacy degree there. I graduated in 2017. I moved back to state capital where the wife is from and her family, and then I started working for Fred Meyer as a pharmacist, and then I became a manager in 2018, and I'm still a manager now there. And what else do we do? I started investing in real estate, so that's a thing.
Come
So I'm a landlord.
on.
Yeah. So I got a
Nice.
property in Spokane that I rent by the room, and that's been going good. So, oh, and I bought this house I'm in too. I have this, so I guess I have two, but I live in one.
Yeah.
Well, wait, so you pharmacist actively right now?
Yeah.
At like the Fred Meyer.
Yeah. Oh, and I live in Olympia right now, so I don't care if people know where I live. Look me up.
Try him.
Find him.
He's
That
fucking
sounds like
ripped.
yeah. Try me. Please don't try me. I have a bad back. Also, these wrists aren't what they used to be. Opening bodies all
Oh.
day. Do you guys like being parents?
My God, yeah,
I mean, you've been it forever now, so
I know.
we're
that's
done.
what- I'm in
You're over it?
like an annoying stage right now. You know, they like trade off who's mad with me on what day. You know, today Ella's mad with me because
got a
I
chart.
told her to like wash her hair. You know, so
Yeah.
fuck me, I guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
have
put in
a
a lot of work at the front, and now everyone's pissed with me. But it's okay. It's easier.
Yeah. And it'll come back around, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you see yourself doing something and thinking of your mom? Like, oh, that's what she did, and now you get it. Do you ever send her, shoot her a text and being like, hey, I'm sorry for not washing my hair when I
Yeah.
was a kid?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry that it was so expensive to feed me.
Yeah.
Kid.
I did
Hey,
a
food's a
lot
lot
of
worse now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
I
know though. I did a lot of apologizing in the early days of like I sent her a very random text like in the dark of the night when Reagan was like a toddler, and I was like, I'm sorry about that one time in like after dad died when you bought me a guitar for Christmas and then I never learned how to play it.
Yeah.
She's like, it's okay.
She's like, thank you.
Yeah. I've
Damn
been
time.
waiting.
Finally.
Finally, I could sleep. Good night. Uh,
A little shit.
I haven't apologized yet for anything. Granted, my she turns 2 on the 4th of July. So her birthday's 4th of July, which is really cute.
Amazing.
That's good. I want to know, like, I just feel with you somehow, and I'd like to know why or how, but like all this like heavy stuff, you know, the Jesus, that girl that you fancied, our parents, your parents, our parents, like
Mhm.
I feel you've always been like pretty like insulated. Like I've never seen a sad Ben. I've never seen a raging Ben. You
Oh,
just like,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Shrug.
Even keeled. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's
Yeah, I was
up?
very
Is that for real? I mean, is that a trauma response? Like, are you
well, I
okay?
didn't really have anything traumatic happen to me young that I could recall. Like when I was like very young, I didn't have
Oh, yeah.
anything
Yeah.
too crazy. Like, my mom died when I was 17, and like some stuff happened around me that I wasn't a big fan of.
Yeah.
That's a weird way, but
Yeah.
and it's always, how like you have your traumas and you're comparing to people who had like legitimately worse ones. You're like, I was fine,
Right.
Yeah.
I was only like locked in a room. Like I was never, nothing crazy like that happened. I had a lot better experience
Yeah.
than my siblings in a lot of ways. I think my parents mellowed out a lot. My biggest thing is that they were kind of absent, but
Yeah.
I didn't ever there's probably a lot of times where I was like, I wish my dad cared about things that I cared about. So we had like a bonding over something, and we didn't
Yeah.
really ever have that.
Yeah.
Like if
You
I didn't
guys
have a
had a bit of
4.0, you'd be
tension.
like, oh yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
A little towards high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. I remember one time he was working on like electrical box and it arced like electric, and I jumped back, and I think he was drunk or something. He called me a pussy, and that really pissed me off.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thanks, Dad. I mean, this isn't an outlet too. This is the voltage. Like
Yeah.
that's like kill you electricity. Like
Yeah.
as an electrician, it's enough. I mean, yeah. So that was annoying, So, but that's not traumatic. That was just like, oh, I guess we have a fun relationship.
So you're
But yeah.
calm. It's like you're born this way.
Yeah.
You
I
came
mean, I was
out
the
like
youngest.
responsible.
No, I mean, I always felt like I didn't take a lot of things seriously. Like in school, it came decently easy enough that I could kind of get B's without trying. And I was like, why would I get A's if B's are fine? Like no one
Yeah.
yells at you B's. So I remember getting an A in math and then an F in effort because I didn't try hard. And then I was just like, why would I try harder? He's like, see, that's your problem. And it was Mr. Hansen when he was my 5th grade teacher. And then I was just like, I still don't get it. Like,
Yeah,
You're like,
it's not
that's
a problem. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm trying to flex, but like it worked out. Like,
Yeah, bitch.
right.
I got an A in calculus later, so that worked out. The second time I
Oh.
took it, the first time I got an F, but it's the last time that counts, right? I needed to correct something from the last one. I don't think the band I didn't like was A Day to Remember because I really do like them.
You maybe do now, but I remember at the time you were like, they chant too much, and I don't like the chant.
Oh, they do chant a lot.
They do.
It's really funny. I just got a memory on my Facebook. I saw them in concert in like 2010 with like Rise Against. Yeah, it was a really good concert.
Rise Against.
Rise
Oh my
Against was my number
God.
one.
Number
Yeah,
one
and
for life.
Coheed. Yeah.
For like,
Coheed's my number one when someone asks.
Yeah.
Coheed and Cambria. So
come in. Oh wait, I can't.
Oh yeah, I
can't
forgot
see
you
it
got the
because of my
tattoo.
double joints.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you got one? Ben? Okay.
A Coheed tattoo?
Yeah,
No, I didn't get a
Oh,
Coheed
you
tattoo.
got
I got
one.
like a chest tattoo, but like I didn't get it.
that's right.
I rack my brain trying to think of like the people you refer to sometimes. And I was like, oh, we were close. I know all these people. And then you're like, this person, like you made a comment about, I hope all my exes are great, except for one. I think he's in prison. I was like, who the fuck was that?
Mhm. Oh, I feel we've talked about it, Ben.
I'll probably go, oh,
Yeah, I think you were there in
wait, did they
Mexico
go
with this one.
to Mexico?
Uh-huh. But the last time when we went to the orphanage, he was
Oh,
old.
see, I didn't go to that one.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, you did.
I didn't go to the orphanage. No, that was
old
senior
and
year for me. So
young.
I spent that summer dating Nita.
Well, he was too old to be hanging around us, but for some reason, this was after my first serious boyfriend.
Okay, then it must have been the year before. Oh,
He played bass guitar. He liked punk rock. and
yeah.
ruined
Oh,
punk
no,
rock
that
for
wasn't the
me.
orphanage year. Yeah, I was there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I got along with them, unfortunately. Okay, no, I remember a story about them after we came home and how gross and terrible that was.
Yeah, he's trash.
So this person's in jail now.
That's what I hear.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, good for them.
No.
God
Way to
bless.
meet expectations. That's great.
You did it.
We did it.
Way to go.
Yeah, no, I remember being like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I should have been more protective about that. I should have
No.
fought off that 20-something year
That's
old.
not your responsibility.
What the don't say sorry.
Yeah.
I can apologize to you guys.
That's his
Right?
No.
problem.
And like maybe one of the half a dozen adults who were around at the time, maybe.
Yeah. Let's point more fingers. There we go.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. That does make sense. That makes a lot of sense because
I'm just saying.
we
There
we
are
were
plenty
children.
of age appropriate boys for me to date.
yeah. Did anyone ever try to set you up with me?
No, because they
Not trying to
knew-
make it weird, but like,
they
doesn't that make more
knew.
sense than like the 20?
Right.
Exactly.
Like on paper, at least. I'm not trying to like retro,
Right.
retcon our relationship or anything.
I mean, let's do it.
Right? Remember when we dated for 3 years? What a magical time. I mean, the Bible is, it's got some stuff in there that's interesting, but it's
Not great.
that's
to the
illegal.
girlies.
Yeah. I remembered you talking when on the podcast, you were talking about the person that like jumped off the school or something. And I
Yeah.
was like, I completely forgot about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I actually dated her for a week.
Oh my God.
Ben?
Yeah. For like a week. No, pre this, like not like
Pre?
right before.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like the day
Yeah.
before or anything. No, no, there was some realistic distance. And it was for just a week. It just didn't pan out.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
and I actually didn't even mean to date her. Like her friend asked me out
Whoops.
for her and say, hey, do you want to go out with such and such? And I was like, and I was trying to think of something nice. And then she just went, I'm going to tell you said yes. And then ran off and told her, and she's jumping up and down. And I was just like, oh crap. And it took me a
Oh.
week to get the nerve to break up. It was
Oh.
awkward. Yeah.
Me
And then I
too.
broke up with her
What if
actually
we-
because the girl that I liked for a long time got single again. And I was like, oh, I gotta
Jump on
Yeah.
it.
wrap this up. And then we dated again. So actually that worked out. And then,
Shout out
Uh,
to that girl then for being a good sport.
I mean, her friend called me screaming at me that night.
Oh.
Yeah, she was like, you don't know what you had. And I'm like, we're in like 7th grade. What are we talking about?
What do we
And I was
got?
actually on the other line with the other girl I was talking to.
God.
I remember the lock-ins. Those were a bad idea.
Yeah, they were. I thought
Who decided that? That's terrible.
All those hormones locked in a room with what, 3 chaperones? Was it 60 kids?
I'm
No.
fairly certain I got over the pants at a lock-in.
What does that mean?
Like, you know.
Someone rubbed your cooch?
Yeah.
Ben.
What? Sorry,
I don't know.
vagina?
Uh-huh.
Did I say
Like,
the-
she's a doctor. I didn't expect cooch.
Well, I have a little baby. We call it like
Oh.
her,
Okay.
You
I don't
call
call her. No, we say vulva in this house.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's me in my house.
That's me in my house.
Yeah, in the little room where they wheel off the baptismal, you know?
Damn.
Do you remember who? You probably do. You
Yeah,
were
it was
drunk,
my
right?
very serious boyfriend. He was there for like a couple hours. Everyone was watching.
Just got in, got out.
It's a drive-by.
A few
Just a
people
rub
were
by.
watching like Count of Monte Cristo. We were like making out in the baptismal room.
And then
Ma'am.
your too tight jeans, which are probably not even against your body,
Uh-huh.
just feeling a seam and just like,
Like,
all right.
listen, they were right
you're just
about
like-
him when they told me to break up with him. He is
Oh,
not evenly yoked.
Oh, I forgot that phrase. But he worked out, right? He was yoked.
Yeah.
I got
Certainly
you both
was.
off frame. Yes. That's been my
True.
goal, to get you both to laugh off frame
Listen.
the whole pod.
That
That's
was
good.
a fond memory.
I had 2 girls that liked me that night, and I was like, oh, I wonder which one I should try to, maybe I'll kiss them.
Maybe
And
you'll
I
get him
played
in
it too
the.
evenly, too long, and nothing happened.
Oh, I
Like
should have
hanging
been
out
there
with
to
both of them.
wingman.
Oh man, no, you were too busy getting
I was
freaking
busy.
dry
Good
rubbed in the
fingers.
baptismal room.
It's true.
Completion. Jesus.
Not to completion. Certainly not. Over the pants? No.
Hey, but like, I mean, when you're that young,
Yeah. Doesn't take much.
It
it
surely
doesn't take much. Sometimes it's just the right amount of, I'm just gonna stop. I remember we watched Left Behind, and the first girl I dated had like an existential crisis, and like, it's like, what if this happens tonight? I was like, oh, then I guess we're leaving. Like, I was trying to be like, and like that helped. Like,
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortably practical sometimes, and I'll be like,
Yes.
You're like, it's fine.
But how scary is Left Behind though? That is
I didn't watch it.
It's a
I was
horror
trying
movie.
to. I was trying to get a rhythm with these 2 different girls, trying to...
You're like, we only have tonight then.
Oh no! Where were you? If tonight was our last night. Was that the line that worked on you? Is that why you're saying it? It's coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah. That's what happened.
I
Actually.
don't know what I
These
was up
Levi's ain't gonna
to.
rub themselves. Jesus.
Where were you?
What was I doing at these lock-ins? Just talking about the Lord, like no
Evangelizing for
13
sure.
at once.
You were
Jesus.
praying.
I was praying.
Yeah.
Getting a head start on your 4 a.m. Bible study, which I'm sure everybody was to wear. But we don't have to keep talking about prepubescent like dry humping and stuff. I was gonna ask, actually, hard conversation chains. Modern politics. No, I'm kidding. I was gonna say something to Mary. Like, you guys say like you guys were trying to convert people and all that shit. Like, did you have any bad experiences with that? Like, did you ever say like, hey, you should try and find the Lord? And they're like, hey, fuck you. Like, did that ever like go up in your face?
Yeah.
They didn't all just say, take me to church for 4 years like I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Ah,
all
well.
of them were easy to get, I had this one boy that I kind of fancied, not serious, but I was like, I need to talk to you at lunch. He's like, cute. So we sat next to each other on the
He
stairs.
said cute. Yeah.
Probably in his head, at least.
Definitely in his head. He told his friends that. Yeah.
And I was like, I just really want you to find God. And he was like, oh no, got up and walked away. I was like,
Was
"Oh,
this the one that you were going to go to dance with him and then you went to acquire the fire instead?
no.
No, that was
No,
mine.
no, that was you. That was you.
Yeah.
I didn't have a long line, y'all.
People were grabbing numbers and that roll was full. Hey, same here. Katie was the one just running through them. So
Wheeling and
Yes.
dealing. Yeah.
wheeling and or dealing. Wait, when you count boyfriends, how many did you have?
in high
pre-marriage.
school? Oh, pre-marriage.
Yeah. Because I feel like you guys had people you liked that you kissed. You say, "Oh, I kissed a bunch of people."
Yeah.
I didn't kiss anyone that I didn't know for a long time that already loved me. Like it took a lot of. I couldn't just like suave into it. You really had to like invest in who I was to want to like touch this with your face.
Yeah.
And now there's a beard, by the way. I have a beard. It used to just be this, right?
I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yeah. Nobody ever mentioned it. Yeah, this came in. I used to have the youth pastor line.
No.
This wouldn't come in at all. Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. It's put on in post. So
I
wait, how many boyfriends do you have?
I had 2 boyfriends, but I Frenched like 14 guys.
That's right.
14. Starting to use toes to count that. Damn.
Yeah.
Gotta take your socks off for that one. Shit. Okay, that's fun.
But I've only seen 1 dick in real life. So still pretty pure.
Can't say the same.
Yeah. Wait, okay. What do the kids call it? Your kill
Body
count?
count.
Body count. Boom. Throwback to Halo. Shit.
Okay, I could probably count penises more than boyfriends.
Peanut, but yeah.
Good.
Because I don't think I would
There's more
count.
penises than boyfriends?
I don't think I would count like, like the boy that I dated when I was in middle school and he was in high school. Do you remember that boy?
Can you stop? Just
And like
just shooting above your
yeah, and I don't think
late
I would
age
count
limit.
I don't think I would count the guy that I sort of dated after your bestie when I was in college, but I'm pretty certain he was gay. We were just in theater together. And I think we maybe made out once, but I was just like, just buy me Denny.
Did they whisper, "I wish you were a dude" or something? Or?
No, it was just like they were really not into having like more makeouts with me. And I was like, this is a red flag, bestie.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't like to kiss you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't relate. Not saying like I'm, got this huge, stable full of women that made out with me, but that's a red flag. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I had like 2 pretty serious boyfriends before your bestie, and then I had your bestie, and then I dated somebody who wore a trench coat a lot after your bestie, and then Joe. So that's that.
I don't remember trench coat guy. I mean, at this time, like I was, like I said, I didn't see you.
It was tough. Much. He was very nice, but not for me,
So that was your rebound? Was trench coat boy?
Yeah, it was like he was just very sweet and
I mean, people are sweet and they should be, but like when someone starts with but he was sweet, it's such a
it's hard,
yeah, but kind of thing.
Like not a match,
But he had a great personality,
yeah, he was nice.
As most people you like do, but
yeah. He was nice.
His trench coat was so covering.
That was it. No sparks,
Yeah. Damn.
But I mean, listen, I was certainly on a rebound.
Yeah.
Give it a blowjob to it, whoever would take it. Okay. So
that's for me in my house.
No, ma'am.
That's a bumper sticker that would sell.
Yeah.
Merch.
At least you get honked at.
Yeah. But it ended up okay.
So what books are you reading? No, I'm kidding. I didn't French anyone until 10th grade. It was 10th grade. And that one was Allie. So that one, if she sees this, thanks. You were my first. So that was pretty cool for a while. And then we broke up and I dated one girl in California for 6 months and barely anything happened there. I was her first boyfriend and she was super awesome, but there was like really no sparks and stuff. And then I liked a girl, I liked Lara for a little bit senior year. So that was junior year for you. And I was like trying as hard as I could to date this person. Oh yeah. And this actually involves your mom because she had a boyfriend at the time. And I was like, how do I win her over? And I could tell she liked me. She was talking to me all the time and all that stuff. And me and my bestie were trying to okay, what can we do? Maybe we'll show her these bands. And she'd be like, oh, Ben's so cool. I should make out with him. This was the plan.
Yeah.
She could borrow my CD case, with my 80 burned CDs. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's a story too. But your mom told me, she said, if she'll do it through you, she'll do it to you. And I had no idea what that meant, but she meant if, if this girl's going to cheat on her boyfriend to be with you, then she could just cheat on you too.
Oh, I remember that,
And
hearing that a lot growing up.
yeah. And so I ignored that and still continued to try and pursue her. And then I remember she had mono for a while. And then she said, when I'm done with mono, I'll decide what to do. And I was like, okay. And so then I was, hey, you're over mono. What do you want to do? She's like, I'm going to stay with my boyfriend. And then her boyfriend, she walked in on him cheating on her like a month later, but I had kind of moved on. So
Wow.
lol.
You've only seen one one vagina in real life?
Oh, no, I saw two. I just
Been
didn't
seeing some vaginas.
I just didn't dive in with my,
Yeah.
dick.
Okay, good. God bless.
No, I wanted to wait. I remember, as for me in my house, I'm gonna kill that joke. I'm sorry, but that's my thing. I kill jokes and then I bury them. But speaking of burying, I didn't want to have penetrative sex. I'm so proud of that joke. Until I was with someone that I knew that I would want to have a kid with.
Whoa.
'Cause just in
That's
case.
so
Is that
decent.
true?
Well, it's not like decent,
What a
like, oh, what a good.
gentleman.
I just didn't want to have a kid that I didn't like that I had to
You're
father with
I know
someone.
that.
serious. Yeah.
Did you know that? It didn't come
Yeah.
up a lot. I don't know. I probably didn't say it out loud. I thought it was probably like a square thing to say. But yeah, I mean, we did everything but that. It was cool.
Yeah.
At Acquire the Fire, that happened too. But
See,
Church
I'm
bus,
an
yeah.
idiot. I'm out here just praying at Acquire the Fire.
Yeah.
You are a
me
Y'all
too.
did
I'm praying
it.
nobody notices. I'm like, oh, Lord,
Lord.
where are we?
Can you
Oh,
imagine?
we're in Lakewood. Oh, we're almost there.
No. I'm an
No,
idiot.
nothing like.
What the fuck was
Yeah.
I doing? I regret.
I'm having a
everything.
conversation with the pastor while like things are happening
Yeah.
to me.
What are you talking about?
Under the pants?
What?
No.
No, their hand was touching my skin. So this is very graphic. I don't know if you want to keep this in there.
Yeah, we're keeping this in.
Okay, yeah. So
Unless you don't consent.
your boys got game. So
Yes. And then
we made out at Acquire the Fire, and like we were like, oh, let's get away from the group. And like 2 seconds into kissing, it's like, you can't do that here. I'm like, damn, they're on it. And I was like, okay, let's do it somewhere else. And we weren't, and then are like, what? I don't want to get in trouble. And so yeah.
Whoa.
But then when we got back to the church van, obviously it was very dark. A lot of people were sleeping.
Very dark.
I was not.
And very cramped. Tight quarters in
Yeah.
that van.
Yeah,
You
there was
feel
elbow
like you
room
had
though.
enough like privacy.
No, it was like, like the sweater on the lap trick, the
Oh,
old,
yeah.
No, I don't
Yeah.
know because I was praying.
I told you, me too. No, it was a really, really good concert. And this was the first time anyone ever wanted to do that to me. And I was like, yeah, God's great, but have you ever tried?
Yeah. Ben, I
Whatever
feel
that
like
was.
at Acquire the Fire, you taught me that girls can masturbate.
I wondered if that was me.
That was you.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I hope that wasn't, because I don't want Mary to be mad at me. Because I feel like you'll revert to your younger at the time of when that happened, going, Benjamin. And going like, what the frick or something. 'Cause you didn't cuss for a while. But yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I knew. I don't know how you-
Revolutionary for me.
Did I tell you? And you went, Ben, that's gross. Why would
No,
you
you
do
didn't,
something
like,
like that? And then
walk
you're like,
me
I got to
through
get
it.
home.
Tell me more.
I mean, I at best, was it our first Acquire the Fire together? I mean, maybe you went without me.
I don't think
the first year.
so.
Was it Jesus Bible Exploits?
I don't think it
year?
was that one. It was whenever you were really into Avril Lavigne. So.
Oh, was that the year that we camcordered and like I did
Probably.
like Nobody's Home? I lip synced it
Oh yeah.
with like
Yeah,
Alex
that
and
one.
Brittany and stuff like that. Was that the one I did? Yeah, because I would try to hit the high notes. I would like pretend to hit myself in the crotch. Yeah, that was peak humor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, your boy's on that game. I'm sorry. I guess I'm not sorry I taught you. And
No,
also,
Don't be sorry.
No, that's the best friend move ever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and it wasn't like to like start a conversation about sexuality or anything. I'm just like,
No.
FYI,
it was very casual and like, thank God.
kept
You know?
it cool.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm glad you didn't ask a clarifying question, because I would have been like, girl, you just
Unclear.
I would, oh, it just comes natural.
Yeah. You'll figure it out.
It took like 12 years to figure that out. At least 6 years into marriage. So
Yeah.
I feel like the latest of bloomers amongst y'all now. Like, what the fuck?
God, Peach's showers sure is taking forever.
Ben, do you remember being on the train on the way back from Mexico and you were playing
Yeah.
guitar and we were singing?
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
I knew like 4 chords, and luckily in Christianity, that's all you need.
All you
So-
need.
That's all you need. Start with a G, then an O, then a D, and
Yeah.
so-
You're entertaining everybody who wanted the Lord or didn't.
I made the game of stand on one foot as long as you can in the
That's
car area. That was me.
in
That
the
was
observatory car.
fun. Freaking Jordan was there, and he was awesome. Like we would just quote Nacho Libre, even though I'd never seen the movie.
And
He
then
was
we
like,
all
the
watched
children, they
it.
like you. It's like,
Yeah.
I think of it all the time. Sing you are the best. And I was like, I've still never seen the movie.
I hope Jordan
Uh,
as well.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
looked him
he
up on
is.
Facebook not that long ago. He's becoming his dad. His dad was cool. So
Yeah, his
That's
dad
great.
was cool.
he's
Good.
still super tall,
Yeah.
which is good. It'd be very problematic if he lost several inches in his 30s.
What happened?
Degenerative spine disorder or something. Just like uh and then Carly was great. Carly is like my favorite
yeah.
person from high school, like nostalgically.
Yeah.
Like when I think back to people, like
And still.
yeah, I follow her little posts. She's the best Facebook writer I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like I'm in
the
it.
best.
I'm reading it, and it's just dope. I
Yeah.
love it. I hope she's doing well. If this part stays in, I
Same.
love you. When I tell people like the funniest girls I've ever known, she's always on that list.
Yes.
Top of the list.
Yeah.
The best.
I hope she thinks of me somewhere in her top 5. I hope I'm on her Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, you are.
I'm really like, now she kind of has to because I said it.
Yeah.
But it'd be funny if she didn't. But it'd be funnier if she did.
Yeah.
Oh, when you guys, I think it was episode 1 or 2 when you were saying talking about mental health and antidepressants and stuff like that. You were like, wait, why would you raw dog life? Fucking murdered me. That was the
Truly.
funniest thing. I didn't know you guys had that in your vernacular. So like, yeah, it was great. And so now I work it into my counseling. So
Good.
people are like, oh, this medication's for me. I was like, I mean, you've been raw dogging life for how many years now? I have your age here, so you know.
That's so good.
Aw.
Yeah. And when and when I'm trying to be appropriate, I say are dogging, so it's, none of that's true for legal purposes, just in case
Yeah.
for some
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
my
yeah.
employment ceases.
Yeah.
Do you still listen to Coed and Cambria, Mary?
And
Their new CD, do you like it?
and what?
The new CD, do you like it?
I don't know that I've heard the newest one.
It's kind of the best.
It's the
Okay.
best.
What's it?
It's so
what's the
good.
one it called? What's the latest one called?
A window of the waking
Vaxis.
mind.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
It has
yeah.
Disappearing Act and
It's like
Yes.
Floyd
Shoulders.
vibes.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
I have the graphic novel too, and it
That's-
almost
Yeah,
made
me
me
too.
cry. Oh, do you?
That's
It's
Ella's
so good.
favorite. Ella likes
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
We're
great.
rocking
And there's a
out.
song for everyone. They have so many different feels.
Yeah.
So good.
Illy likes them. Illy went. That was her first concert. They took her to the one with Mothika.
Oh,
Wait, is it Mothika or Mothika? I actually.
Mothika.
Okay, good. I thought it
Come
was Mothika. Alexa calls it Mothika when I
Oh
ask
my
her,
God, cute.
so which is really like, okay.
Okay.
But also I didn't see them because we had a baby and we got there late. But I saw part of Alkaline Trio, which they're mid. It was whatever.
Yeah.
But Coheed's was so great. We cried a little. It was
Stunning.
amazing.
Aw.
It's good every time.
Beautiful.
And we're gonna go see them in
Lucifer.
September too.
Yeah, me too. Wait. Oh, I'm seeing them in Salt Lake though.
Yeah, I'm seeing
I'll
them in
see you there.
Spokane. So yeah. I was gonna say, message me. We'll do it at the same time. I was like, no, we won't. 'Cause
Wait, maybe I'll see them first,
They-
probably. So I'll tell
probably
you how
they
it goes.
they usually make the way. Guess what? They played the songs. Did well.
Yeah.
All right.
It went okay.
This is they're doing the concert of the CD that came out during our summer. We spent a lot of time together, so you'll
And
probably remember me a
It
lot.
came out on my birthday, I think, and you got it for me.
They
for
always
my
came out on
birthday.
your birthday. That was kind of
I know,
bullshit.
because they're obsessed with me.
Yeah, it's a little much. It's a little too on the nose. I remember you were talking about your mom, and I just love her, so I don't really have a lot of notes on that.
Yeah.
She was great, and she
Love.
managed me, and she made me do push-ups when I cussed
Yeah.
at work.
On the floor, it's
And she
fine.
hired me, and that was great. That was really easy to get a job with her. We talked about Mexico quite a bit. I
But, like,
treasure those memories. They were great.
do
It
you
was really hard, and
record?
it sucked a lot. But I remember she hated me so much because I would not eat onions, and she like had to make more food for me because I was like, I'm just not gonna eat it. She's like, you're gonna die, and I'm responsible for you. I'll make you food without onions, and she let me know how inconvenient that was. And I had onions last night. It's like, joke's on her.
Yeah, Ben, do you eat butter now?
Oh yeah, I mean I eat it, but it's still got to be melted. If I smell melted butter, it still gets me. I tried to eat a stick of butter for $10 and I couldn't finish it and I threw up.
We did a lot of these challenges, I feel.
Are you able
You
to
were-
have cheese?
Oh no, but lactate is beautiful. And for anyone who knows, I've been lactose intolerant since youth group one night. I got picked up from youth group one night, and my mom stopped by that Hogan's Corner little stop and rub, and I was like, I'll get a strawberry milk, and I downed it because I thought it was cool, and I barely made it home, and that was the first time I ever had problems with milk, and ever since then,
Wow.
it's a core memory.
It unlocked something.
Yeah, it broke the door. I can tell you that. It
Broke
was
a
bad.
door.
Yeah, and now I have to have lactate, which is a enzyme that you take to help with dairy, and it helps every time, and it's fantastic.
Lovely.
But yeah, you guys were very aware of that. Every girl in my life is really sweet about that. All the
Aw.
girlfriends that I've had,
Yeah.
they'll keep lactate in their purses for me.
Oh, that's so
Like,
nice.
Nita does,
Worth it,
obviously.
Ben. You're a
But I've had
king.
other friends will be drinking or like hanging out. Like, Ben, don't forget your lactate. And it's just like, it's so much, but it's so nice.
That is so sweet.
I've had at least like, I don't know, 6 to 8 really good girlfriends over the years that you guys would be proud of me for
Good.
cultivating, and they liked me,
course.
you know. I only probably have 2 really close ones now because, you know, time and distance and stuff. But yeah, I've had a lot of good memories and a lot of good people. And you guys are 2 of them.
Duh.
Yeah.
You guys are like my first like really close friends. Like, I mean my bestie, I've been friends with since 4th grade,
Right.
but like when I think of like a group kind of.
We adopted each other, you know?
Yes. Yeah. I got to spend time with you guys, and when things sucked at home, I would just come over, like, what's up? Like, what are you guys doing? I remember I fell asleep in your bed one night when you lived on like Ponderosa.
Yeah.
And you guys just left me in there. And I woke up at like 2 in your bed, like folded over on top. I'm like on top and under a blanket. And you slept in Mary's bed because I think you had the
Aw.
TV. And my parents, and I just went to church with you the next day.
Yeah.
And I didn't even tell my parents, and they didn't think about it. And I'm just sleeping over at these girls' houses watching Degrassi or some shit, probably.
Yeah. Always.
Which good for Drake, by the way.
Oh my
the
God.
first time I ever saw him was at your house, and I was like, this guy will never be nothing. And then now he's here. So
Yeah.
What questions do you have for me, if any at all? Open-ended. Mary's got to go, so hopefully it's not long.
Yeah.
We'll have you back.
Yeah.
If you forget, we'll watch it and be like, oh, we should have done this. We'll have you on again.
Okay, yeah. You don't even have to post this for a while if you want. You can just like add it in post. I'll remember the shirt.
Yeah.
I'm getting a haircut soon though, so that'd be kind of weird if it's like, yeah, and then like
We'll send you a pic so that you keep it consistent.
right. Nita's gonna obsess over the lighting then. She's like, fuck, we gotta get the lighting right here. No, she's perfect. And I didn't talk enough about her or my baby. I've been talking mostly about our
You
stuff.
talked a lot about your
Okay,
family.
they're the best things I've ever had, and I love them so
Yeah,
much.
they are.
You're so sweet.
And I'm only great because of them. So mostly Nita. I mean, Illy hasn't done a lot yet, but
She will.
I've done a lot of great things, but having her as like my support
Yeah.
has gotten me here. Okay, well, we'll have to get friend tattoos next time. So
Yeah.
Cute.
okay, we'll go eat. I'm hungry. All
Love you so much.
Love you.
right, love you guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye.